some 3.4 thoughts, and the continuing PvP adventures of Stargate Hellraiser. Backing video is a shatter, about a minute 15 in from earlier this week. About 2,500 or so ESOs away from finally getting that damn weapon finished. Hopefully I'll get it finished at some point this millennium. Anyway, also need to state that this video is being made before I catch what's in the live letter from Tokyo Game Show, which is basically part 2 of the 3.4 preview. I'm basically going to be talking to some about part 1. I mean, first off, I think there's a real problem here. If you want to talk about get good and all that kind of stuff, I've looked at the lore weapon. I've looked at the anima. They better have something big for the end game of this anima in 345 and in 3.5. And that we're waiting for 345 to do the anima. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because, I know there's not a lot of players out there right now. It's not a very well-populated game right now. But you've got all the work you put in for an anima weapon, the Relic of Heavensward, and your lore weapon at this point, your lore 240 is now 1,000 lore, 4 A8 wins, not A8 Savage, 4 A8 wins, and that's it. They took that down in 338. From 7 wins to 4. So, I don't know about that. That I don't agree with. And I also don't agree with that there is not going to be another animus step in 3.4. Especially with the fact that you don't know which of the, how they're not really that far apart even with the customization ability. But at some point in the equation, you've got to give the anima something big here at the back end. So we'll see what happens. That's not a pleasant start. I make a mention here of the new Grand Company rank. That was basically promised as about 2.2 or 3 or something, but they're finally getting that together. Most of the rest of this is casual stuff again. You've got Duty Finder Rewards of Vermilion. You've got this bingo game. You've got your 2 dungeons. You got Zelvatol, which is a disappointment to a lot of the people who've been keeping an eye on lore pretty heavily here. Zelvatol, is that area getting outside of Little Alamigo, and now that area is going to be a dungeon in 3.4, and then Great Google Hard. Basically, you're facing the exiles and books. So there you go. Of course, the big thing for a lot of people is going to be the Alexander the Creator. The third and final part of the Alexander Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Creator. Going to be interesting to see. They say time is going to be the big, the big animal on this. That's going to be interesting to me. That's going to be interesting to see how that's going to be incorporated unless you have some sort of a slow speed, stop, mechanism and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be interesting to watch. 3.4 is not the meatiest of, these straight numbered patches. There's this is almost like a 335 or something. This is not, obviously they're also putting in the new apartments. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. Apartments. Let me tell you how difficult housing is. And, okay, I have a small house in the mist. You may boo me now. Boo. There, I gave some time to boo me for that. Only reason I got it was I was able to get on right away when they had the patch that added the 4 wards and had actually researched the ability as to exactly what I needed to do to buy the piece of property immediately. Because even about 4 minutes past the patch, I saw somebody run past into my screen as I was beginning the process. So thankfully, I succeeded. I am not crazy about them having apartments be owned by people that already have houses, because I think a lot of this baloney is simply people, buying up all the spaces, etc., to be able to allow people to buy their own, to corner the market and RMT and all that kind of crap. I am really genuinely hoping that does not happen here. We do not need that in this game. We really do not. We don't need this to become 11. We really don't. I think there's a lot of people that want to. I really do. I've said it before. I'll say it again. There it is. That said, part of the reason you really do need to get all this stuff taken care of here is, if you're going to have Get Good, you have to do 2 things. And I've said it before. You have to do 2. I've said one thing before, but there are 2 things you really need to do. The first is you have to disincentive. You have to basically set a level of play that's going to force people to either play at that level or be gone. Number 1. Number 2. You have to give people the incentive to actually play well. There's no incentive here. What are you going to have in 3-4? 3 fights? 4 fights. 4 fights to say, 5. Because, of course, they're also going to do the second of the Warring Triad, finally. Wonder if that means the third one's going to be maybe the final boss of 3X. I don't know. That could be interesting. But, Soul Surrender. Looks like we're looking at the Warriors of Darkness. Really going to be interesting, I think, to see how they're going to continue to keep subscribers for the rest of the year here. Because there really is not much reason to play the game at the rate things are going here with this whole situation. I just, I look at this and I look at it with the gravest skepticism as to is it not clear that Square Enix wants their players to continue to subscribe to the game, and that there are so few good players who are doing sufficiently high content that it's become Well, yeah. That's one of the reasons you see a lot of players go to Legion. There's a lot of games coming out for the holidays the next 3 months. It's going to be very interesting, I think, to see what eventually happens here. I don't think of any more thoughts I have in part 1 of the live letter, what they did at PAX. Was it PAX West, or what was it? No, it was the anniversary live letter, yeah. Be interesting to see what they do have with TGS. That's going to be very interesting. We're wrapping up this match here. It's a very tight match. Very good and tight match. It's 900 for us, 885 for the Maelstrom, 850 to the Adders. That's all to play for. Now we're basically trying to find the... And we do. We not only find that now, of course, we do catch a bad break here because the thing shatters P4. So at that point, look at the situation. Here they come back. We're not quite going to be able to hold them off, so we're going to go up here. Now Maelstrom with that's at 975. We're at 936. So if this thing dies without any of us dying, we're going to win. It's a very tight finish here. It really is. You know, they're trying to keep as many people back as they can. Now they've got the Maelstroms thing, and there's that, and there. We win. Bam. Kind of rare, but we get it done. So I got more videos to come. More thoughts on 3-4 with Starcade Racer.